Welcome back to another Film Geek video, and today I'm doing something kind of different. I'm doing a wrap-up of all of the new movies that I saw this year. The new thing I brought to my channel this year was doing new movie reviews. I became an AMC A-list member, which allows me to see 3 new movies a week, and I'm trying to see all 3 movies a week. I'm pushing it to the limit, man. I'm trying to bring you as many reviews as I possibly can. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a big wrap-up list for my year end. So I'm doing a rankings, a tier list of all of the films I saw this year, not just in theaters, not just on reviews that I published to the channel, but all new movies I saw, because I didn't start doing the new movie reviews until June, so there were movies that I had seen previously and so on and so forth, and so I just decided for my first go around, I'm just going to list every new movie I saw this last year, 2022, and I'm going to rank them. So here we go, guys. Get ready. Buckle in, because this video is going to be a long one, because I saw a lot of new movies this year in theaters and on streaming services. So let's get over to that series of tubes and check out what's going on the tier list on the old internets. Alright, welcome back, guys. In fact, I know this is going to be a long video, so I prepared. I actually brought over a second brewski here, so just in case, I got a backup. Alright, so it was a big year for me, you know, a lot of changes to the channel, starting the new movies and all, and don't worry guys, I'm still going to go ahead and do stuff like the different movie, the different movie spotlights and all. I am going to start doing that back here again at the beginning of the year, now that we're back home in our apartment and everything, and not living in that hotel. So this is just something I wanted to try and have some fun with. So okay, it is time to rank all of the movies that I saw this year. My rankings go as this. We have my top faves. Now these are the movies that I absolutely love. These are my personal opinion. I just thought these were top tier, and I mean, if I had the chance to give out Academy Awards and shit like that, these are the movies I would be giving awards to, okay? That's just my personal top faves of the year. Then we have All Around Good. Just an all-around good movie. It was something that I enjoyed. Maybe it wasn't a genre that I was a super fan of, but I could see where people really dug it. So that's what that one is. Just so it's a good movie, all-around good movie. Just plain fun. I think that's pretty simple and to the point. And then we have what I like to call, so that was a movie. That is something that's just absolutely average. Just milk toast. Like I said in one of my reviews earlier, this is the kind of movie that you can, you know, fold laundry to, and you're going to be able to keep pace with the film. So that is what So That Was a Movie is all about. And then finally, what were they thinking? What in God's greener? Who said, let's do this, guys? Let's make a movie. All right, so let's dive right in. The first one we have on here is Amsterdam. Now this one, I don't think that it was god awful, but it was not good. So I'm going to put this one right here in that So That Was a Movie category. Now some of these that I did reviews on, I'm going to try to be as fast as possible. One of the movies that maybe I'll talk a little bit more in depth with is because I didn't do a review on it. Okay, so let's keep this going. All right, so Armageddon Time, that's next up here. And I mean, I felt like that one was an all-around good movie. I did enjoy that one. So we're going to put that right up here. And here we have Avatar, The Way of Water. Now, I really loved this movie. I really did love this movie. So I'm going to put this one right up here, my top faves. Babylon. Okay, this is one of the new reviews I just did recently. I was not a fan of this movie, and I'm going to put that right here, and So That Was a Movie. Because it's just long, and it doesn't go anywhere. So, it's one of those unfortunate films All right, so we also have The Bad Guys. This was a new animated film, maybe the start of a new franchise from DreamWorks, and I really enjoyed it. This was a fun time. It had a really unique art style, a very kind of different universe. So I'm going to stick this one right up here. Honestly, I'm going to put that one in my top faves. I just really liked that movie. All right, Banshees of Inisherin. This one's going to go right up here, top faves. Again, you watch my review. Loved that movie. That is really an award-winning movie, honestly. I really loved that film. Colin Farrell gives one of his absolutely best performances of his career in that film. All right, that brings us to Barbarian, and that one's going to go right up the top faves. I loved that movie. Barbarian was unbelievably good. All right, so that takes us to Black Adam. Now, I did like this movie, but you know what, guys? This is a popcorn, fluff, boom, bang, explosions kind of film, and we're going to stick her right here in just plain fun. All right, Wakanda. Oh, Wakanda. Black Panther, Wakanda. That one's going to go right here and all around good. I did enjoy that movie. I think my biggest complaint was I did find the little wings on Namor goofy as all get out. But another complaint I have on that one was it was about 25 minutes too long. And yeah, I just think it kind of droned on a little bit too long. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. That brings us to The Black Phone. I didn't get a chance to review this movie, and it made me so upset that I wasn't able to review this movie. But god dang, that one's going right up here in my top faves. That was unbelievable. Ethan Hawke is wow in this movie. He is so good. What a really cool movie. I don't know. I found it quite an original idea in the world of horror. Thriller horror. It's one of those that does walk the fine line because you can make an argument for that film being both a thriller or a horror film, so whatever. That brings us to the Bob's Burger movie. I really love Bob's Burger. However, it was just like a long episode of Bob's Burgers. I mean, I liked it, but I'm just going to put it here in all around good. But it was really fun. And I do really love Bob's Burgers. It was just like a long episode. It was like maybe a 3-parter episode of the series or something. And that's not a bad thing, but I don't know. It felt small when it should have felt bigger, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. It didn't feel like a movie. All right, that brings us to the movie Breaking. Now, that I really did love. I'm sticking that up in my top faves. That was John Boyega. That's where he plays the guy who takes the bank hostage and all, and it's outstanding. I loved that movie. I really did. Now, this one, Brian and Charles. Oh, this film, man, I love it so much. It's going right up here in my top faves. Okay, so we got Bros again. I'm going to put that, you know what? I'm going to put that in all around good. I did love this movie and it made me laugh like nothing else. But I don't know. I don't feel like it was one of my all-time favorite movies. When I put that one up against a comedy like Brian and Charles, it just misses just a little bit. But that is still a really good movie. So don't get me wrong on the Bros. Okay, Bullet Train, that is going right there with Black Adam, buddy. That is just plain fun. There is nothing there. That is meat and potatoes action film right there. It was fun. We're the Crawdads. Oh God, you know, we're the Crawdads. Whatever. Sing. You know what? I know a lot of people did like this movie, and I think I gave this a decent rating. But the more I thought about this movie later on down the road, it just didn't resonate with me. So I am going to put that in. So that was a movie. All right. So just again, you know what? If you're cooking Thanksgiving dinner and you just want some background noise, there you go. Where the Crawdads Sing. Okay, and you know what? We're going to take Okay, Don't Worry Darling, and that's going to go... Actually, that is going to be my first What Were They Thinking? That is another one. I believe I gave that one a D+, and the more I think about it, that movie just failed. It failed on all levels of what it was trying to accomplish. And yes, I feel that a movie like Amsterdam did the same thing, but The actors were doing pretty good in that movie, so it elevated it. There was some neat shots and all. But don't worry, darling, it was just very trying to be higher thought, I guess. I don't know how to put it. Higher concept. There we go. All right, Emily the Criminal. This one is definitely, this was one of my top faves, so that's going right there. I like that movie a lot. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I didn't do a review on this one, and I really wish I would have, but my God, this movie was so fantastic. I really loved this movie. So we're going to stick that right up here in my top faves. All right, Fall. Fall was so much fun. I really enjoyed this movie. Now, I don't think it was one of my top faves, and all around good, I'm not going to say all around good either. This one is definitely a good time. That is just a reason to go to the movies and stuff some popcorn in your mouth. I guess now rent it or watch it on one of the streaming services, whatever. Glass Onion. Okay, I'm going to put that one in all around good. I did really enjoy this movie, but I don't still feel like it was top level. All right, that brings us to Halloween Ends. You can watch my review on that one. It's going right here to What Were They Thinking? That is a solid What Were They Thinking? Okay, Honk. Honk for Jesus Save Your Soul. I almost forgot that one. I did enjoy it, but I don't feel it was that next level, but I also don't feel like it deserves to be in So That Was a Movie. I'm going to put it right here in That Was Plain Fun. If you watch it on a streaming service, I believe it's on Peacock. If you watch it on a streaming service, that's pretty good. As a full-length feature film in theaters, it just lacked that extra edge. Okay. Jurassic World Dominion. What the ever-living fuck were they thinking? Locusts? Giant locusts? That's what we wanted to see in this movie? You tease us with a world where humans and dinosaurs live together, and you're like, you know what? No, this is about giant locusts. Yeah, you go right here and What Were They Thinking? Minions, The Rise of Gru. I'm going to put that in, just plain fun. Honestly, that was exactly where that goes. That goes in just plain fun because, yes, it was all around good, I think, if you are a fan of the Minions and all of that. But if not, it's definitely just right there at that just plain fun level. David Bowie, Moon Age Daydream. Oh, I loved that. That was beautiful. So that's going right up here in my top faves. Moonfall. Holy crap, man. That thing. Wow. Moonfall. Woof. The disaster film's time has come and gone. Move on. And this one, it was so bad on so many levels. Like, it wasn't just that the script was bad, it wasn't that the dialogue was bad, but the acting was bad, the CGI was bad, everything was bad. This is one of those movies where it's not even so bad it's good, it's just bad. Morbius. Oh man, dude. It's Morbin time. Mr. Malcolm's List. You know what? We're going to put that right here in all around good. That was a decent little flick. Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Also a very solid area to put that one in. Also all around good. Again, that was another one I reviewed if you want to see something more in depth of my opinion of that film. Because it was cute. All right. Like I said, I don't have a heart of stone. It was fun. All right. Nope. Oh, God. Yes. Right up here. It is going definitely in my top faves. All right, that brings us to Pray for the Devil. Ooh, that's going to go into So That Was a Movie. I don't think it was god-awful. I think that there was a attempt. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the exorcism. Okay, this is weird because I do like religious horror, but I'm not a huge fan of exorcism horror because it just kind of feels like there's already been enough of those. In this one, I did like the fact that they were trying to expand on it by making them the Catholic Avengers. I liked that. So that's why it goes into So That Was a Movie and not So What Were They Thinking? All right, Prey. Oh, I loved this movie. Prey is going right up here in my top faves, right there. And again, I have an expanded review on that one if you want to get more in detail. I am Puss in Boots. This was a very recent review, and I really liked this movie. I seriously dug this movie. I am sticking that in my face. If you see, so far I've got a lot of my faves. I don't know. I think this was a pretty decent year at the theater for, well, at least for me. Okay, at least for me. All right, see how they run. Okay, so this one, I'm sadly going to put it somewhere. I'm going to put it right here, and so that was a movie. And the reason why is that I forgot that I saw this movie. Yeah. And then once I went through my reviews on my channel and I saw it, I'm like, oh, the Sam Rockwell one. It came back, but totally forgot I saw that movie. But it wasn't, I don't think it was god-awful. But again, you can fold laundry and keep up with it at the same time. That brings us to Sonic the Hedgehog 2. You know what? I'm not going to put it in my top fave. It wasn't as good as the original. The first one would have definitely still in my top fave. This one was fun, but I think that it's going to go right here and all around good. No, you know what? It's going to go right here and just plain fun. Second thought. Now, again, that doesn't mean it sucks. I did enjoy the movie. I enjoyed Black Adam. It was fun. And that's all that movie is. Seriously. And at this point, I'm like, why are we even bothering with humans? Except for Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is the only human I want to see in this. I want to see more Sonic expanded characters. Throw in Amy. I know a lot of people don't like Amy, I think, but I don't know, I liked Amy, whatever, but get her in there. You know what? Maybe because charming Amy. Maybe I have a soft spot for Amy's. All right, that brings us to Strange World. And man, I liked this movie. I really did. I thought it was a lot of fun, but I don't feel like it was enough to get up into the top tier right there. So it is going to go right here in just plain fun because, again, that's exactly what that film was. It's not too deep. I like that it does have a subtle message, but it doesn't get preachy and beat in your head. And so I like that. All right, so here we have The Batman. And I am going to probably upset some people. And I'm going to put that because I didn't like it, all right? I did not like this movie, personally. Because it just didn't feel like a Batman movie. And I know that's kind of what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to be like, no, it's Batman, but it's not a Batman movie. It's a detective movie. And it was supposed to be all film noir and stuff like that. But didn't they already do that with the Christopher Nolan thing and being like, these are the ones that are grounded in reality? And it wasn't for me. Now, again, it was one of those films that I can see where people liked it. I could really see where people liked the film. It did have some great ideas. It just didn't resonate with me. It didn't feel like a Batman movie because, Batman's, first off, they never even bring up Batman, which is fine. I understand where they were coming from with this concept, but it just didn't work for me personally. But I can see where people liked it. Alright, so I am going to put that in So That Was a Movie because it's 3 hours of humdrum. This could be anybody, not Batman. You can literally have some drunk cop, and it's the same movie. Okay, so we also have The Estate. I'm going to put that one right here in just plain fun because I found that movie hilarious. But again, like I always say with comedies, very subjective, and so a lot of people might not find that funny, as I did. I loved it. Here we have The Munsters. Now, guys, I was rooting for The Munsters. I really was. I was really, really hoping that Rob was going to do something. He was either going to go... Now, once I heard it was PG, I was upset, honestly. I was hoping that he was going to take The Munsters into his weird hillbilly murder realm. But it's okay. So he was like, okay, we're going to go family-friendly. But he didn't go family-friendly because nobody in the family gives a ass about these characters. And there's not one kid that gives a crap about this movie because there's nothing for them to resonate with. There's nothing for them to mesh with. You don't have Eddie Munster. You don't have the kid vote, if you ask me. But I am throwing that directly in what were they thinking. Rob Zombie made a movie for Rob Zombie, and yeah, that's what that is. Okay, now that brings us to The Whale, and god dang, I love that movie. That's going right up there in the top faves. And you know what? I was just going through my list here because I saw so many dang movies this year that I couldn't upload all of the posters. And so there is one poster that's lacking, and that's The Woman King. And I'm going to put The Woman King right here, so you're just going to have to imagine it in all around good. I liked that movie, but it wasn't, like I said, there were some things in it that didn't resonate with me. Well, I shouldn't say resonate. There was just some elements that I didn't like in the film, and not a big deal at all, but I do think that it was a good movie, so it's going to go into all around good. That brings us to the menu. Oh, yeah. That's right up there in my top faves. I really dug that movie. Any movie that just kind of make rich assholes look like a bunch of douchebags, I'm on board, baby. All right, Thor. Thor Love and Thunder, you poor bastard. That is going to go right here in What Were You Thinking? I did not like this movie in any way, shape, or form. Watch my review, did a spoiler review. Oop, get off there. I did a spoiler review with Charming Amy, so just check that out if you want to. It's not good. This one, I'm going to put this in my top faves. This is Traveling Light, starring Tony Todd. I liked this film a lot, and the more I thought about it, the more I liked it more. It's got this very dreamy kind of element to it. It takes place during the early days of the pandemic, and it really does have a very, like I said, kind of dreamy vibe to it, which kind of resonates with that time. I mean, everybody was just so out of sorts, so it worked in my opinion. So the more I thought about the concept and how they presented it, I liked the movie even more. So that's going up in my top favorites. Turning Red. Oh, I liked this movie so much. That one is going to go right up here in my top faves. That was a really fun movie. I think, that just reminded me of another one that's not on my list here, and that was Lightyear. Lightyear is going to go in just plain fun. All right, again, I feel like it was kind of just like a milquetoast movie, and that's what I'm getting to. I feel like Disney made a huge mistake here. They released Turning Red, if I remember correctly, they released Turning Red on Disney Plus only, and not in theaters. They should have held off, to be perfectly honest. They should have waited, and they released Lightyear in theaters. Like, they had more faith in Lightyear or something to make money, or I don't know. I just think they chose the wrong one, personally. That's just my opinion. All right, so Uncharted. Oh boy, man. The more I think of, I watched this and then I put more thought into it, and it's going right here in What Were They Thinking? Only because why did they make this movie? Why? It's so the whole idea behind Uncharted is that you, the player, can get the vibe, the feeling of being Indiana Jones, like the guy in the movie, right? But why do we want to see this character in a movie? Because we can just watch Indiana Jones. You can experience that with the video game, but you can't experience that with the movie. You see what I'm saying? It just was a bad idea. It didn't work at all. And I'm not going to get into the miscasting and the no mustache and all that crap. I don't care, okay? I'm just talking about the fact that it was just, that is not something that can work as a film, in my opinion. Okay, getting down to the last couple, the last bit here. Vengeance. I have spent probably a good point or two just talking about this movie. I loved this movie. That is going right up here in my top faves. Guys, it's on Peacock right now. If you're a subscriber, check it out. That movie is ridiculously good. Again, did a review on this one. If you want to see more in depth on the movie Vengeance, it's a dark comedy, kind of dramedy film, murder mystery. It's a lot of things, and it exceeds at every single one of them. Check it out. This is also a great film, Violent Night. Violent Night is going to go right there in my top faves. Okay, guys, there we have it. There we have it. That is my ranking of all the films I saw in theaters. They're not all on there because sadly I couldn't upload every single one of the posters. I thought that looked neat. So anyways, okay guys, so that's it. That wraps it up. That's the end of my year. Woo! Wow, what a year it was too, trying the new movie reviews. Added several more subscribers, so the channel itself is growing at a very fast rate, and I am excited. So cheers to everybody. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Without you guys, none of this would be possible, so thank you very much for all your support, all your thumbs up, and all your views and subscriptions, and so on and so forth. So here we are at the end of 2022, going into 2023, and what movies are we going to see this year? Alright guys, thanks again for checking out The Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.